Hello. We are going to see how this is gonna work. Well, for starters, I need to not have weird echo. Also, hello, closed captioning. You are clearly still drunk from yesterday. That's okay. I guess it is what it is. Wow. I also guess closed captioning thinks that's gay. Great, closed captioning. Hopefully you're not in Florida. So weird. So weird. So weird. Hello. What you got for snacks? Also, hand wavy up in the air. We have 100 followers. I'm very excited about this. Let's see. Do I need to muck with preferences? Just like a little bit, I think. Okay. How are sounds for game? Game sound versus like me talking sound. Let me know if I need to rebalance anything there. Otherwise, here we are. Oh, tough choices right away. Well, I have my canonical run. My canonical run uses my name, so let's go with because I think I used Anna in the last one. I think. I live in the city of Vulcan, obviously. Okay. Alright. So, my canonical run is mystical and book smart. So, what do we want to be for this? I know that powerful build is what lets you get a good ending chapter 1, and keen eye is what lets you get a good ending to chapter 2. Book smart's what lets you get a good ending to chapter 3. I think I want street smart. Oh, maybe I want to be book smart and street smart? I think I want to be street smart and book smart, because I don't care about being hot. And I don't care about being powerful build. But, I think I care about being both kinds of smart, because I am me. If a mod is made after the game is finished that lets you pick more traits. Maybe. The thing I would really love to see, honestly, is if there are things that you can do in the course of the game that would let you acquire a third trait or switch out your traits, right? Like based on things that are happening. I did just download the update that is dated yesterday, where they said they put in some more choices, like nothing drastic, but some more choices. So we'll see. It's very fortuitous timing for this playthrough. So let's confirm that. Ah, yes, the bus. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. For a moment, you are hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. Uh, yeah, but I don't know. I don't know how that interacts with the sort of premise of the gameplay theory here. Hmm. I could see it. Like I could see it being fun. It does would make it a completely different game though. The long lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides, with countless late night stops in seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. You know, I gotta say, Tabby's freaking rich. She should have bought you a plane ticket. Yeah, no, I get you. I usually don't really play through, like, a lot, and I'm not gonna be the person who does all the iterations, I don't think. I am, however, watching other people play through on iterations I'm not doing. So, like, for example, Hanapengu is doing, like, a powerful build and hot, and, you know, a couple of those, and, like, I'm not picking those, I'm just watching her run-throughs. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet. Your cousin's mother and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Unfortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first, you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. That's clearly a usual prank stuff. Obviously. Okay. Where are my, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Dude, what's wrong with you? Pushing joggers into the harbor? That's awful. What if they drowned? Yeah, I was such a shithead back then. I'm still a bit of a shithead, but hey. Nobody's nerfect. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. Yeah, you know what? Like, on the one hand, you're not wrong about most teens. On the other hand, like, I remember being a teen. It would never even fucking occur to me to do that. That's just, like, way more than normal. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that. And we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like, for real, and geez, you ever just get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody? Stop it. Huh? Stop what? Whatever it is you think you're doing right now, you know what I'm talking about. This whole corner a stranger on the bus and try to make them uncomfortable act. I'm not playing along. Yeah, well, teenagers scare the living shit out of me, too. Alright. Maybe I never really wanted to kill her, even if I threatened it a little bit. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Let's go with The honest answer there. Your girlfriend's giving birth right now and you're thinking about ditching her to go to have fun in New York? After she tried to break up with you and you threatened to kill her? You're a piece of shit and I hope you rot. Ooh, harsh words, man. I never threatened to kill her. You just told me you did. Okay, maybe over text, just a little. But fatherhood is scary, plus her mom's there, so it's not like she's alone. Her mom doesn't like me much, so I'd probably just make things super stressful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's better off without him. She'll understand. She's chill. Anyway, where'd you say you were headed? Yeah, let's not. You don't say a word. The last thing you need right now is for him to know where you're going to be staying for the next week. If you're on getting off at my stop, then you must be heading to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these parts. It's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I'd know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way, though, actually. I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work on the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see. There's always a job listing or two on the boards up there. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing. I like my lungs the way they are. Thanks. But my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. I don't think I know what camp is, and now I'm slightly terrified. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip. Sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Plus, oh yeah, so let's see. We'll just take the peanuts. You take the peanuts. Thanks. You're welcome. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop. It brakes, squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives to it every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Funny show, but not for the faint of heart. I tend to be probably a little bit faint of heart on this sort of thing, so probably not for me then. Hey, pal. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Want some peanuts? I got them from the bus. You hold out the dripping bag, offering it to your cousin. What? Put those away. Why would I want your wet peanuts? Now, come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. but they can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Okay. I can't believe we've never actually met before this. Yup, you have your mom to thank for that. Or had, I guess. I'm sorry, but is there bad blood between us? All I know is that my mom left and she was mad at that side of the family. But I don't know much besides that. Your cousin stares straight ahead, her expression icy. Great. How are you holding up? Fine. You don't have to hide how you're feeling around me. We're family, even if we just met. She sighs a particularly heavy sigh. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine. Really. So, the funeral. It's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Do you need any help planning? If you ever need help with errands or scheduling, feel free to ask. I know this stuff isn't easy. You think? Well, probably, yeah. It's actually been fine. Just needed the coffin and somebody to dig a hole. Oh, do I want to mention Dead Mom Club? I guess maybe I do. I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? Your cousin turns to stare at you, and I see hatred in her eyes. Maybe this would have worked to ease the tension if she were someone else, but she isn't. She turns back to the road, her expression cold and unforgiving. Oh well. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you, someone used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. Oh yeah. For sure. As soon as you enter, you're hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place, with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges, and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. It super sounds like it's describing the Haunted Mansion in Disney World. Yeah, I could see that. It's a little bit too much falling off a cliff for me, I think, but... was it H that hides the thing? I gotta say, like, look at all the stuff, right? We've got ram's horns here, which are gonna come up during the haunting in chapter 3. And we've got a ram here. And then we've got, like, the wings and the little angel-y things, which are also going to come up in chapter 3. I'm just, like, always looking to see if I can find anything happening. I want to know, like, these look like weird ass jewels. I think they're leaves though. Oh no, they're bits of this thing falling down. It's got like real candles in it and everything. I just love all the like stuff. The stuff tends to be pretty cool. Oh yeah, I have not like I joined the Discord and then I've not like really been reading it very much because it's just too overwhelming. There's too much stuff. But I have some weird theories too, maybe. I mean, they're not that weird, but I definitely think that Reese is some sort of weird ass vampire type thing. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. Let's be book smart about this. The architecture here is breathtaking. Chateau-esque style reminiscent of the Biltmore estate. Color me marginally impressed. I didn't have you pegged as cultured. Believe it or not, this estate actually predates the Biltmore by nearly 3 decades. It used to be the crown jewel of the region, but times change and the attentions of the masses are ever so fickle. Shall we begin the tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name's Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Now, I've always dreamed of having a kitchen like this. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island? It is. Thank you. Might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online, though, so I wouldn't be going with you. A general store? How folksy. Isn't it? It's a store that fulfills your general shopping needs. General store just describes what it is. What if I want ice cream? Then you can buy yourself some at the general store. If you touch my stash, I will know, and there will be consequences. All right. What's next on the tour? Bathroom. Follow me. Great. It's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou Frou. Do not try to pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Yeah, let's not pet the cat. You decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights, it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show, it's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must, if you must. It's a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corner of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. And the light's apparently flickering really weirdly. I absolutely love it. I've always wanted one of those bathtubs with little feet on them. Glad you like it. That bathtub is an extremely valuable antique. Are you sure this toilet works? Yeah, why wouldn't it? The water bill gets paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. You sigh in resignation. I have too. I've also seen like some phenomenally clean truck stops. Okay. That's the spirit. Alright, let's lift the toilet seat so we can see all the bugs. Woo, bugs. Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. Yeah, sure, whatever. Toilet's a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom, last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells old. Dust, mildew, wood rot, it has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up. But you can use the dresser. It should be empty. What an inviting room. How'd you know how much I love cherubs? That chest is to die for. Once more, you surprise me with your discerning taste. Every last piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique handed down through the family for generations. Guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me, I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. Which you really should have just brought with you, but whatever. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Tip: some dialogue options will open additional conversation paths, some right away and others down the line. Is there a library in the estate? I couldn't bring too many books with me, and I'm not sure what else I should do with my time. There is, but as I said earlier, most of this building is off-limits, and the library's in the West Wing, which is extra off-limits. You'd better off heading into town. I'm pretty sure there's a library there. You sure you can't take the day off? It's a special occasion. Your cousin's in town. No, some of us have responsibilities. If you think about it, though, isn't the greatest responsibility of all taking care of your family? Ha! That's rich coming from someone whose mother abandoned us because she didn't want to run the family business. And now here I am, the only person left to manage the estate, and here you are, asking to take me away from my duties to hang out with you. I'm going back to work. Stay here, go into town, do whatever you want. Just keep out of trouble. We're very bad at keeping out of trouble. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate if you didn't keep me for long. Can I come watch? What? No, the mine is dangerous. I can't babysit you and do my job. Didn't know we owned a coal mine. We don't own the coal mine. I own the coal mine. Your side of the family forfeited any claim to it years ago. Don't you ever think about things you could be doing with your life that might give you a better sense of purpose than running your coal mine? Some of us don't have the luxury of choice, pal. Some of us had to stick around to keep the family business from crumbling, to keep this town from crumbling. Some of us had to temper our expectations for our own lives, for how our lives were going to go. There's a simple satisfaction in getting a task done, and that's all I need. Do whatever it is you want to do while I'm gone. Just don't do anything dumb or dangerous. Not while I'm responsible for you. Yeah, we're really bad at not doing anything dumb or dangerous. Yeah, I can feel that too. Like, there's often all kinds of obligations that prevent you from doing whatever you want. Let's see. Hey, are you sure you're doing okay? You seem kind of upset. I'm fine. I just need to get back to work. Okay, I'm gonna let her leave. You decide to let Tabitha leave for work. Are we all set then? I'll see you tonight. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Let's go straight for the Forbidden Wings, obviously. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going into the Forbidden Wings of the estate. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. An insurmountable obstacle for most, but a mild inconvenience for you. As the locks fall, the doors moan open, revealing the entrance to what once must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly in the distance, you can hear the quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. Creepy. The Forbidden Wings are yours to explore. Obviously, we're gonna go in. Oh yeah, that's a family tree. You can see why your cousin warned you against coming here. Deep gashes tear across the floor, and years of detritus have turned what once must have been a magnificent and open ballroom into a tight and claustrophobic maze. The piano you heard from outside the ballroom has grown louder. Wherever it is, it's nearby. It's probably just a self-playing model, but maybe you aren't as alone here as you thought. Let's see what we get on the floor here. So furniture, broken window, furniture undercover, more furniture, dancing people painting, ladies in hats painting, family tree with somebody crossed out. Big gap in the floor. Okay. Let's look at the painting. You make your way over to the painting covering the far wall. It's a family tree. Angry black scratches cover the space where your mother should be. Okay, let's examine this. So there's Silas Scarlet. There's Andrew J. Theodore. There's Enoch. His two sons and Edwardine. And Edwardine had Alexandra, who looks like she might have died young, and Mary Bell. Yeah, Mary Bell. So Alexandra and Mary Bell. And here's Pearl Ann. There's Vivian, I think is her name. And there's Tabitha. So, do we know whether it's Mary Bell or Alexandra who was Charlie's kid? Lots of ravens. And nobody's spouse on here at all. Alexandria was the youngest? Okay, so she is the one who is Edwardine and Charlie's kid. Right. I wasn't sure if we ever fully found out whether whether their grandma's yeah, whether their grandma is was the person in question. Also, so a bunch of them have like wings, but a bunch of them don't. So let's look. Silas doesn't, Andrew doesn't, Enoch doesn't, Edwardine doesn't. Both of her kids do, Pearlan doesn't, and Tabitha doesn't. And like this branch didn't, this branch didn't. Oh. Well, right, but I would imagine that Enoch is also deceased. And Edwardine is deceased, right? Like, unless, like, this is a subtle hint that they are, in fact, creepy ghosts somewhere and not actually dead, right? Like, I would assume the wings mean they died, but, like, there's this nice direct line up all the way to here where nobody's died. But they updated it for these guys. Oh, but the grandma raised Pearlan, so she wasn't yet dead when probably this stopped being updated. But also, like, this is too clue-like to be nothing. It's too clue-like to be nothing. That's all I got. Alright, so let's figure out where the piano is coming from. As far as you can tell, there are 3 exits to the ballroom. There is, of course, the door you came through, and on your far right is the door beyond a broken floor, a dead end. Across the room from where you entered is the 3rd and final exit, a glass doorway you can just barely make out behind a pile of broken furniture. You move to investigate it more closely. As you approach, the playing grows clearer. Without a doubt, the piano is behind this door. Okay, so let's look here. Don't see anything too interesting here other than creepy noises. And no piano noises. Okay. Try to clear the furniture blocking the doorway. Though you try with all your might, it's just too heavy for you to do anything more than budget. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you need to be strong to open it up. You return to the entrance of the sealed wing and carefully reattach the locks. After what you've seen and heard in the ballroom, you weigh how much longer you should even stay in the estate on your own. Well, let's go explore the kitchen, because I want to explore everything. But yep, creepy is super creepy. Defo super creepy. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. Dun dun dun, let's head to the kitchen. Dun 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 dun. Okay, let's see. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh the fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. Let's start by being stupid about the cat. The cat hisses at you as you draw near, but remains firmly in place. This is clearly Frou-Frou's spot on the counter. Back away. You back away from Frou-Frou, trying not to make any sudden moves. Alright, search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading Janie, stay out, in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words okie dokie. You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. We're just gonna take the jelly. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, and some peanut butter. Better close this fridge and keep looking. I don't know. Should we close this fridge and keep looking? Sort of, never know. But let's... Yeah, I sort of don't want to actually deal with any of those things, and I don't want to mess up Tabitha's ice cream. You return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. Alright, let's look in the pantry. Ugh, dead mice. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some peanut butter. Oh, there's also peanut butter here. Ah, the GIF peanut butter. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. Alright, now we need a plate and a knife. I do not want to touch her mac and cheese. It's gross. You close the pantry drawer as best you can and turn back to the rest of the kitchen. Let's see. Search the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you need to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. The smug reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled somewhere, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. The shot glass reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Pearl Ann, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you'd heard from your mom, Pearl Ann wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Alright, I'm not going to grab a bowl because that's a moth trap. You close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Let's check out the garden real quick. Oh, little fawns. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? Oh, look. There's either Dustin or Dustin's mom. Anything else interesting here? I don't think so. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. Yeah, there's a little greenhouse and like basically nothing else interesting here right now. I'm kind of curious what's up there, but we won't find out now. Alright, let's make that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. Woo, a job well done. All of that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Okay, well, we are done here. Congratulations. You've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? Let's go look in our room. Now that you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey have started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It's quiet, but angry. Ooh! You hold out your still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. The opossum hisses in disgust, stiffens, and begins to drool, feigning death. Aw. You close the drawer. Might as well leave it be. Aw, sad face. You open the top drawer next. It's empty. As good a place you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. I guess let's check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in a dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. Of course you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads, "Property of Alexandra." No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet behind you. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with the shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to its former glory. Once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the bird song. Yeah, you definitely do that. Just not right now. Okay, nothing new. This is a nice oak tree with acorns and things, but like nothing new and interesting. Ah, yes, looks like a Scarlet. This must be an old relative of yours, very old, judging by the dates on the inscription. You'd never heard of her, but you barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you can ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Okay, so Mary Belle was Pearl Ann's and Vivian's mom. And I guess she either died or fucked off or something to leave Grandma to take care of the kids. Okay. Alright. Let's nap. You immediately collapse into the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises up from the mattress. These sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Well, doesn't seem like there's much else for you to do here right now. Might as well head to town. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Well, you are. Gretchen, come back. Quit bothering strangers. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. You reach out and scratch Gretchen behind the ears. Her fur is soft and warm. She wheezes excitedly, digging her little nose into your palm and licking your hand. "Aw, I'm so glad you two are getting along. Isn't she just the cutest? With how energetic she gets, you'd never know she's 17. I mean, ancient puppy. That's gotta be really old for a dog, right? It sure is. She's about 84 in dog years. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder and makes it to 19. Or better yet, 20. The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? How about I introduce myself so you won't be so nervous? I'm Stella. Not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks. But you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Hi, I'm T'Pau. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, been a little worried about her all alone up in that big house. I'm sorry, did I hear you right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. Is she always so, rough around the edges? Yep, that's Tabby for you. I wouldn't take it too personally. I'm not sure what it says about her state of mind, that she's still her same old grumpy self. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even though she's probably never admit it. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. Town's really small, so everybody knows everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck, and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit at the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, what is going on? People are talking to me and I don't know why. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Alright, I guess we follow her to the diner. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. Hey, Amethyst, how are you? all of which grounds to silent, sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Let's be quiet about it. You slide into the nearest booth, pretending that you didn't notice everyone in the diner gawking at you like they've just seen Bigfoot. Maybe you are Bigfoot. No need to be shy. They don't meet many strangers. It's kind of a big deal when someone new wanders into town. Especially since, well, they probably all know what you're here for, by extension, who you're related to. I'm good. I had dinner and I am replaying Scarlet Hollow. This is a book smart and street smart run. So it's gonna be interesting. I've not done street smart before. So far, it's let me look into at least about half of the Forbidden West Wing of the mansion, so it's pretty exciting. But I'm hoping to finish chapter 1 today, so we'll see. Even if you don't know anybody, it's not easy keeping secrets in a town this size. Hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They gracefully place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Aw, shucks. Thanks, Avery. Here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Tip, you can hit the H button on your keyboard to hide the text box at any time. So we can see Gretchen's adorableness eating the plate of bacon. Also, I love that she's wearing, like, an awesome cryptid shirt. Anything for you? Let's offer them peanuts. You hold out the still dripping bag of boiled peanuts. Gretchen sniffs at the spatters of brine on the table and licks her lips expectantly. No thanks. I shouldn't take gifts while I'm on my shift. Anything I can get you, though? Isn't bacon bad for dogs? Gretchen's like one of those 110-year-old ladies who had a daily glass of wine her whole life. So I stopped now. Maybe it's been the secret to her longevity. Anyway, don't worry. I always keep an eye on her diet. And we make sure to only give her the leaner cuts. I gotta go in a sec. Want anything while I'm still here? Let's ask how much is coffee. How much is the coffee? $1, but that gets you unlimited refills. Sweet. I'll have a cup, thanks. No problem. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring you coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and, sorry for your loss. Before you have a chance to respond, they're gone. Should have gone for the biscuit. They're really good, but I guess you got all week. Maybe you'll get one tomorrow. You know, if you ever want to get rid of those peanuts, there's a trash can right by the door. Anyway, funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral, too, so it'll be a special occasion. I'm sorry, did you just say the library had a reading adventure? Yeah. Oscar's all about keeping things on theme, so this month it's a bunch of ghost stories. I think he's calling it Spooky Bookies, you know, like how a ghost would say it. Spooky Bookies, yeah. Oh my god, that's perfect. Cool, we should check it out this week. But there's really just an afternoon. Any idea what you want to do for the rest of the week? What's your angle? My angle? I would never have an angle. She definitely has an angle. Okay, so my job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera, and it's always better when someone else is there too. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Hey, Winnie wanted to give you a biscuit on the house. She sends her condolences. Thanks, Avery. It looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. A buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. This is the best biscuit you've ever had, but you're not too big on biscuits in general. I don't think I actually like biscuits. Like, I know this is a really good biscuit, and I'd eat it again, but if this is the best the world of biscuits has to offer, consider me unimpressed. Aw, sorry to hear that. To each her own, I guess. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Huh, oh Avery, I am not famous. Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to do it for you. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber. Cool. What kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. You should really check out her channel, pal. It's amazing. Wait, how'd you know my name? Oh, sorry, it's just that most people in town know about you. Sorry, I'm sure that must seem creepy. Oh well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. The Holler's a small place. Everybody knows everybody, and that includes extended family. Oh no, who's been talking about me? I never even met this side of the family. What would they even talk about? Your aunt must have been getting it from somewhere. She was always on about something you were up to. Oh, oops, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything. What matters is that now people can meet the real you, so it doesn't matter what Pearl Ann may or may not have said. Yeah, you can always make a good first impression and wipe the slate clean with the whole town. Oh God, what was she saying about me? Oh geez, look, I'm sorry I said anything. Hey, don't worry about it. Pearl Ann was a gossip and would do this sort of thing with everyone. Spreading weird little rumors about folks with kind of her trademark. Anyway, weren't we in the middle of talking about Stella's illustrious YouTube career? Sigh. I guess we were, weren't we? I think the best video to start with would be that river one. Not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. Didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known for a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River. And that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in a river. Size and shape of the creature's body tells you it's likely a predator, and it's definitely not a wolf. You seem to recall that mountain lions used to live up here. Who's to say if there aren't a few left? Yeah, I really want to know what Pearl Ann was saying. And how she got the info. And I mean, I would assume it wasn't from Vivian. So I don't know. For all I know, the Scarlets have like some sort of weird photo collection or picture collection where, you know, pictures get updated as the person ages. Alright, so we totally think it's a mountain lion. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. Oh, sorry about the ad. Mostly I was talking about how I super want to know also what the hell she's been saying or where she was getting the info from. But also, like, I would not put it past the Scarlets to have, like, a room with, I don't know, paintings of everybody that get magically updated as people, like, age with bullet point information about them or something. Because, like, clearly something is magically creepy about this family. What with the weird seal under the house? Or rather, weird seal, like, under the library where, you know, Edwardina, like, dug it up and then bashed Charlie's skull in. So, like, I mean, sure, we could go with a perfectly mundane explanation. But I kind of like the creepy, like, right? Because, like, clearly the ram and ram's horns are all over the decor of the mansion. And but it's not the symbol of the family. Like, if we look at the, you know, family tree, right? The ravens seem to be the symbol of the family. But the ram is everywhere, and the ram is on all of those seals. Because that's what I think they are. Right? So, like, there's one in the mine, and there's one in the, like, under the library where the ghost is. And I'm betting there's one in the doctor's house where, you know, where, whatchamacallit, oh my god, Reed and his mom live. And there's probably one in the basement of the mansion, too. Each seal stone we've seen are on Addie's 7 Days of Demon cards. Oh! What are the demon cards and candles? Because I don't know anything about that. And now I desperately wanted to know. I want links. I want you to tell me things. This is new information. Because, yeah, I do not know about any of that stuff. I am wondering if, like, those seals are in all the places where, like, somebody was sacrificed. Like, the miners were sacrificed, and Charlie was sacrificed. And the hospital was, like, a Civil War hospital, so certainly people might have died and been sacrificed there. And I bet Reed is sick with living too near the thing, basically. Like, I never, like, can settle on whether I really think his mom is poisoning him or, like, he's affected mystically by a seal and she's just afraid of him. Thank you. I will look later, but oh, nope. I must look now because I am bad at. I am super bad at, like, looking. Okay, let's see. Link. I must go look. Alright, new items in the store today. This is from February of 2019. A postcard set of each of my 7 demons from the 7 Days of Demons, as well as candles featuring Satan, Leviathan, and Mammon. Print sets are quite lovely, and I personally can't wait to get my hands on these candles. Alright, I will click on this and look. Oh my god, I can get my very own Dustin, except he's sold out. So, I'm looking at the cards, and I think the seals that we saw were actually all Wrath. They were all the goat. Because I think we only see the goat. Oh, let's see if I can find the candles too to look at. I do not see them in in the store. You think so? I thought both of them were actually the goat. Because they looked the same. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, I have not found very much info on the wiki really at all. Like it hasn't been very informative. But let me go take a look. Scarlet Hollow wiki. Lore and history. Family tree. Mayor Jimmy. Let me see if I can search for the seals maybe. Seal. No results found. Locations. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, you found it on the disc. Okay. Haha. Oh, that's the mine seal? Interesting. Okay. I mean, legit. I have not. You might want to put the links in not just general, but also in the shared community channels, because there's a Scarlet Hollow channel in there. But okay, yeah, I have people wondering which is next. That does yeah, I gotta say, having played through only once, did not actually twig on that. Thought that they were absolutely the same. Interesting. So they're all different demons. Because this is... So Envy was... which one's Envy? I think Envy is Mammon. And then... So the oh no, greed is Mammon. So if the mine is greed, and the library is wrath, okay, that makes sense, because mine has the angry ghost. So what would be in the mansion? Probably pride, Lucifer. And then what would be in the hospital? Because with Mystic, we absolutely sensed that there was the same thing there as in the mine. Hmm. Alright, well, let's see what we can get. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm the one who saw the thing with my own two eyes. Maybe it's a mountain lion. It's definitely got that predator shape and size, and there used to be a population in North Carolina. No, no way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There are no mountain lions left thus far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found Jack squat, and there's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. No, that's fine. I like this kind of tangent, because seriously, what do we got to do other than speculate about this game, considering the next installment is not until the fall at the earliest? And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Sure, it's not like any local sanctuaries were missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Huh, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free, and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers. Oops, sorry Avery. It's okay, I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends. See y'all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. But doesn't Skunk Ape live in Florida? Oh, you know your stuff, don't you? I knew you'd make a great partner. It mostly lives in Florida, but there have been sightings as far north as Virginia. While I was doing research for the last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug-of-war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tug along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing? That depends. Will Gretchen be there? Of course. It's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I'm in. This is gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started the channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it's kind of be like a blast from the past. Me and Kanika and Reese running around in the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his hidey hole, if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure. But if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. She's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Ha, yeah, I'll bring her. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, 10 years or so? but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious. You'd love him. Stella is the most optimistic person on the planet, which I think is how she actually spent time with Tabitha. Because Tabitha would be like her normal, terrible self. And Stella would just be like, ah, she's so amazing and awesome and clearly not at all being a heinous jerk to me. Anyway, we should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down since she's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So, we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountains before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. After all, it seems everyone in town has heard awful things about you from your now deceased aunt. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Aw, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you following close behind. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel... let's go with... you feel alive. The fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in the moment, this present. The world around you feels almost magical. Were a mythical creature to actually manifest in front of you, it would fit perfectly in the world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet, until the next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change, like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Are you really expecting to find anything out here? What are the chances we actually run into a skunk ape in just one night of filming? That's fair. We are hunting a creature that's stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? It's the weirdest thing you've seen out here, other than anything cryptid related, of course. Oh gosh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, there's always the deer I saw stealing baby birds out of a nest and eating them. That was pretty messed up. But I think most people know about that these days. I've seen tons of videos of other deer doing it, so I'm not sure if it counts as weird anymore. Oh, Tetanus Lake. That's definitely the weirdest. It was a 5-foot deep, 30-foot wide pile of old cans and bottles and assorted garbage, with grass and trees growing on it, so you could barely tell it was there until you stepped on it. It was practically solid ground with how much it had been compressed, but you could still fall through if you weren't careful, hence the name. Better re up on your shots if you want to mess around in there. It was all stuff from the 50s too, which was super neat. I salvaged a few bottles that I keep on my dresser as a little souvenir. Has anything bad ever happened on one of these hikes? Just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a couple of months to heal. All in all, not too bad. Though I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out that the wampus cats were actually skunks, who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance of their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie, she is not. It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense, but a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain. But it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property, nearly got my head shut off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I'd barely count it. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. I'm sorry, did you say you almost got shot? Are you sure it's safe here? I'm a little surprised to see you getting cold feet. I know we just met, but I had you pegged as pretty adventurous. I really wouldn't worry about Duke, though. He might be a little jumpy, but he means well. And these trails are a ways off from his farm. And if it makes you feel any better, I've been out on the trails with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the woods when he walks. We'll hear him long before he sees us. And the wildlife isn't anything to be afraid of either. The worst I've seen up here is the occasional black bear, and even they scare easy. But hey, there's no point worrying about whatever bad stuff may happen to us. Sure, sometimes worrying can help you prepare for something, but we're as prepared as can be. I even carry bear mace. I'm kind of curious what bear mace is. And if you're as prepared as you can be, why give in to your anxiety when you can have fun instead? It's not like being anxious ever stops anything bad from happening. My experience, all it does is make the bad things worse. The only thing you can do is tell yourself, this has happened. There's no going back to before this bad thing happened. And then you work on making things better. Anyway, all this is to say we're good. Don't worry. Did you hear that? Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt. Same to you, Stella. You're always jumping for nothing, girl. Phew. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were some creature of darkness. Nah, girlie, just old Duke. Now, what the hell are you looking for way out here? Skunk ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick. You aren't... Is that... Yep. I see. Welcome to the holler. My condolences. Aw. I mean, that's exciting that the 4-year-old is, asking to fix the bed, but... My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger. Another opportunity for a salty introduction. You hold out the slippery bag in front of Duke. It's grown quite fragrant since you first put it into your rucksack, like the scent of old beer, but you're pretty sure that's what it's supposed to smell like. Boiled peanuts? From your backpack? No, I'm all set, thank you. Now both of you'll head on back to town, you hear? It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative. A couple of fools with a camera scare away the more sensitive wildlife. Okay, whining is the language of 4-year-olds. It's like the universal international language of 4-year-olds. I say, with zero experience with children because I don't have any, and I don't plan on having any. But that's my impression of 4-year-olds, anyway. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damn camera down. It's the average. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did, but I have yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it, the way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chickabungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week and can't afford to lose many more than that. I'm so sorry to hear that, but I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's these damn mountain lions. They're out there, Stella. I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. These sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find one in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 90s, and even those were iffy. Ah, yes, the 90s. The ancient, long-ago, bygone times. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTubes saying some river monster spotted by a couple of school-aged Boy Scouts has been 100% confirmed, yet Appalachian cougars are some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by geezers like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. They were calling me all kinds of names just for seeing things with my own eyes that I know to be true. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of these woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna leave them be. You stand awkwardly by as the two continue to argue. Yeah, I don't think Stella is like super bright. I think she's very nice. She's all heart, no brain. Duke, you're just wasting your time. Give us just one night out there to see what we can find, and I'm sure we can get to the bottom of this. Yeah, right. You'll get some shaky footage of a raccoon and claim it's a heretofore unknown creature that has heat ray vision or some such nonsense. Yeah, I like that saying. Heart of gold, dumb of ass. Yep. I have a friend who refers to it as, strong like bull, smart like bull. So, I know what I'm looking for, and there's no way I'm backing down. But I've got a film tonight. The video needs to be out by tomorrow evening so I can keep on schedule. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor, and who knows what that'll mean for my career. You ain't the only one on a schedule. As you well know, my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty tomorrow morning. We'll be gone near a whole week, so our chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. Let's just go, Stella. He's not gonna budge. You're right. No point in losing any more time arguing. Fine. We'll head back to town. Break a leg out there, Duke. Break a what now? I mean, good luck, old man. All right. Have a nice night, y'all. As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Yes, I knew you wouldn't give up on the hunt. Never. And trust me, we don't have anything to worry about from Duke or his shotgun. I've gone out hunting with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the trees when he walks. You already said that before, Stella. Even if we do cross paths, we'll hear him long before he catches wind of us. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. All right, this looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. Ahem. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious pal, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all this beautiful scenery. It's gorgeous out here, don't you think? The biologist in me is going wild right now. In the city, all I ever see are pigeons and rats. I'd love to get my hands on a field guide and come back when the sun is up. Peep me some of that wildlife. Who needs a field guide when you've got me? I've been hiking these trails all my life. I know just about everything that swims, crawls, walks, or flies through these woods, from their prints to their poop. Unless, of course, they're mountain lions. So if you ever have any questions, ask away. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. Whoa, was that a deer? I've seen videos of them making that spooky little warning snort, but I've never heard it in person. Sure was. Let's check it out. Dun dun dun. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight. A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light, while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness. And then it's gone. Geez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself. Right, do we see anything anywhere? Nope, just dark. She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? Was there some sort of cyst or something on that deer? It looked bad. Yeah, I think you're right. I bet it was an abscess, maybe a tumor. It's not like wild animals can get those taken care of, so they just get bigger and bigger, poor thing. But there's not much we can do about it. Why do you bring Gretchen out here with you? She doesn't seem like the safest choice for a hiking companion. I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so I can't hold that against her. I'm just happy she's still so feisty even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, but here she is, running around in the woods at 17. And I feel like the fresh mountain air and exercise have helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretch? That's got my heart rate up. I am so ready for the hunt. Same for me. How about we take a quick snack break to fuel up, and then we get right onto the night's activities. I've got all the best trail snacks. As you settle down to rest, Stella breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. Trail mix, snack bar, dried apricots, sesame sticks. You grab a snack bar. Excellent choice. A good source of energy and chocolate. They're cherry and cashew. I hope that's okay. I like to make my own, and I tend to make them with my favorites, but I know that's not everybody's bag. It's a good combo. Who could turn their nose up at dried cherry? And cashews are always an excellent choice for a nut bar, sturdy yet soft. Thank you, thank you. I love all nuts equally, but finding the right ones for my bars has been a long process. They have to be architecturally sound enough to hold the bar together without overpowering the texture of the fruit. Almonds and cashews are my go-tos, though occasionally I'll still experiment with pecans. They fall apart so easily, though. Anyway, sorry to ramble. It's hard for me to stop once you get me started on snack recipes. You and Stella settle down on an overlook, snacks in hand, as the quiet sounds of evening wildlife wash over you. Gretchen gnaws a stick, distracted for the time being. So, tell me what it's like in Vulcan. Do you have a house, an apartment? Do you live with family, roommates, pets? Tell me what it's like to be T'Pau. I live alone in a dingy studio apartment. It's a mixed bag. At first it was kind of nice to finally have a space that was just mine, but now it feels cramped. It's like I'm stuck in a closet alone and no one can come let me out because I chose this for myself, and as far as they know, I am happy being there. The lights flicker, the toilet is constantly getting backed up because the landlady upstairs keeps flushing her cat's litter. It smells like cigarettes for some reason, and it's home to an extremely durable population of roaches. But I guess it's home. I do what I can to spruce up the place. I got a plant. You know how they say living things are supposed to brighten up a room. When you put it like that, I wonder if staying in that old mansion is a step up or a step down for you. Maybe just a step sideways. Have you tried looking for a different place or maybe finding a roommate? There's got to be a better apartment than that in a big city like Vulcan. Oh, I hear you. I've been saving up for something better. Oh, yeah? So what do you do for a living? I was fortunate enough to get hired right out of law school by a big firm, which means I spent 80 hours a week poring over 1,000+ page long documents for people who don't even know my name, so that maybe, possibly, in 3 to 5 years, I can pay off my $250,000 in student loans. Yikes, buddy, and here I figured lawyers were rolling in it. If I manage to make it past 3 years of this, I'll be set. But a lot of people don't last that long. Being dropped off at your apartment by a town car every night at 2 a.m., only to have it come back to pick you up 3 hours later, has a way of really stretching things out. That doesn't sound great, not gonna lie. Is it too late to switch careers? Maybe being a lawyer just isn't what it was cracked up to be. I've put so much time and money into this, I can't back out now. I've already come so much further than some of my classmates, and if I keep it up, I might be able to retire one day and enjoy life. I guess it's good you have that to look forward to. And maybe this trip will you a little taste of what you have to look forward to. Okay, we just downloaded an update. You were supposed to have fixed typos. Sitting here, staring up at the stars, getting ready to discover new truths. I hope it's a soothing balm for your poor, tired soul. A crisp breeze passes over you. What about you? What's your living situation? Gretchen and I live in a little house just outside town. It's actually the house I grew up in, so it has a lot of pleasant memories attached to it, and I'm glad I could keep it in the family. My great-great-grandfather built that house, and it must have done a great job because it's just as sturdy as it's ever been. I think Stella and Duke are the two who are like descendant from the like only like people who don't live on land the Scarlet Zone, if I remember correctly from like my library book reading nonsense. I gather your parents aren't exactly around anymore. Yep, you got it. They died a few years back. But it's okay. I've done my mourning. Life goes on, and we still get to live in our beautiful family home, just me and Gretchen. It could be a lot worse. What were they like? Did you get along? They were amazing. Two of the nicest people you'd ever meet, and interesting, too. My dad was a bit of a regional legend among hunters and trappers. He was always out in the woods on the trail of something, and we certainly had some interesting dinners because of him. He had to learn how to fend for himself. You see, his family didn't have much growing up. So he learned how to hunt and trap and got damn good at it. He always made sure I had food and that I knew how to get it if I ever found myself too far from a grocery store. I could make us a pretty good salad with just what's in this clearing if I had to, though it wouldn't exactly taste great. As for my mom, she was a saint. She was the local vet, the lady all the farms in the county knew to call if their animals were in need of something. She was smart as a whip and strong to boot. Turns out pulling calves out of 1,600-pound cows all day is a great way to build muscle. But she was gentle, too. Even the smallest mouse would get the proper care in her hands. I'm sure she's most of the reason Gretchen here is one of the oldest dogs I've ever met. So yeah, those were my parents. My mom died pretty recently, so I get it. It's alright if you ever need to talk about things. Oh, thanks, pal. That's really sweet of you. How are you holding up? Okay, hanging in there. It was a long time coming, so it wasn't a surprise. I'd kind of come to terms with it by the time it actually happened. And it's not all bad. She doesn't have to be in pain anymore. That's a relief. The hospital bills are another story, though. Yeesh, I can't even imagine how bad that must be. It's just salt in the woods at that point. Whoa. Stella immediately packs her bag and slings it over her shoulder. More deer? Could be. Whatever made that sound, I've never heard anything like it. And it's close. Here, hold Gretchen's leash for me and let's check this out. You and Stella inch towards the tree line as she shines her flashlight into the woods. Let's see. So we've got oak trees, and more oak trees, and like basically nothing else happening yet. As you approach, a series of weak clucks call out from a nearby bush. Whoa. What the hell was that? Hold on, I gotta play that back. Holy shit. I'm guessing it must be maybe 2-3 feet tall. Doesn't look hairy either, so I think we can rule out skunk ape. But whatever it is, it has one of Duke's chickens. Looks like it's headed north. Let's go after it. Right behind you. You follow Stella as she sprints into the unknown, Gretchen excitedly pulling you along by her leash. Oof. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm alright. I just tripped on something. Weird. Oh no, that poor thing. It must have been one of Duke's. Oh Jesus, it's still alive. Okay, let's investigate the chicken. You move towards Stella to get a closer look at the chicken. Don't let Gretchen too close. She'll try to take a bite if you don't stop her. You hold Gretchen's leash close to your chest. She seems nervous, squirming slightly against her harness. Its poor little chicken eyes look up at you glazed over, but still rolling around in their sockets with unfortunate life. Looks like this is what Stella slipped on. The wing is barely still attached, but that seems to be the least of this chicken's concerns. Good God. At first you thought it might have been a tumor, but this is something else. The skin is stretched taut, the growth pulsing beneath. And also clearly has a baby ditchling inside. If you didn't know better, you'd say this could be some sort of parasitic growth, like a wasp laying eggs inside a caterpillar. Gross. Having investigated to your heart's content, you turn away to give Stella room to film. Ahem, it seems we found one of Duke's chickens, folks, and she's not looking good. I'm hesitant to speculate, but she definitely seems to have some sort of growth under her skin. Could be a tumor, could be something else. Either way, I don't think there's much that can be done for her at this point. Geez, I'm gonna have to put up some massive content warnings on this video. Oh hey, that reminds me. To have a content warning on this video. Hey, do you hear that? What in Sam Hill are you two doing out here? Didn't I tell you to... Birdie? Oh, Birdie, what's wrong, darling? Good God. Did y'all see what did this to her? Duke, we're on the same team here. We both want to know what happened to Birdie as much as you do right now, so we'll get to the bottom of this. I promise. We were on the trail when we found her, like this. Whatever did this to her, I think we can hear them in the trees. Put that camera away, for God's sake, girl. I don't want to be in another of your videos. No one needs to see me like this. No one needs to see Birdie like this. You wouldn't put her online, would you? Not when she's like this, all swollen and hurtin'. Duke, did you hear me? I think they're coming closer. I love that we can hear the ditchlings, and in the runs where people have speak to animal, we actually understand their words. Come out, you sons of bitches. Duke, don't shoot them. We have no idea what'll happen. You hear that, Stella? That ain't the sound of something peace-like. Whatever these things are, they'll pay for what they did to my girls. Oh. I'm just like listening to it. Okay. Come on, you, whatever your name is, grab that flashlight and help me line up a good shot. I hope if Duke and the chickens are saved that Kanika gets to help in some way with what vet knowledge she has. I don't know. I don't think so. And like, the only way to save Duke is to have like strength here. I mean, or to sacrifice Gretchen, which I'm not gonna do. As the creatures in the tree line grow louder and more numerous, Gretchen violently strains against her harness. Well, we're gonna dive for Gretchen. Ah, yes. The penis monsters. That's what they are. That's a good point. And I do have most of this fresca still. And we can focus on this lovely image of the ditchling in front of us. You dive forward and scoop Gretchen into your arms just before she manages to wriggle out of her harness. Your eyes fixate on the dark tree line over Duke's shoulder. God damn it! You hear a body hit the ground and then quiet as the chaos fades and the sounds of nature creep back in. Gretchen? Pal? Duke? Are you all right? Yeah, I'm okay. You? I'm okay. Gretchen whines and shakes in your arms. Gretchen, here, I'll take her. My poor little pup. Thanks for watching out for her. Duke, are you okay? Creepy content warning. Oh my god. Oh my god, Duke, holy shit. Where do we do now? What the hell are we supposed to do? What do you mean, what do we do now? Duke had a hunting accident by himself in the woods. That's it. Are you serious? We have footage of exactly what happened here. Sure, it's a little dark and shaky, but you can kind of make out that thing coming out of the woods. We can take it to the police. Duke's family deserves closure. Other people deserve to know what's out here. It's going to be a lot harder for them to believe what really happened than to decide that the stranger from the big city came into town and shot someone. It'd be too easy for them to pin this on me. You're right. This whole thing is hard to believe. We need more footage. Come on, let's go after them before we lose our chance. Oh, Stella. Lead the way. Looks like Duke managed to tag one of them before he, we should be able to follow the blood trail. Let's go while it's still fresh. As you and Stella push through the woods, the unearthly sound once again surrounds you. Stella? There's a clearing up ahead. Stella stops in her tracks a few feet ahead of you. Holy shit, I think I'm going to be sick. The shrieks pull back into steady whispers as you and Stella stumble upon the putrid bodies of dozens of dead and dying animals. Is that a kangaroo? There's a bear. It's clearly a mountain lion. And a really big bird. Holy shit. But also, look at this. They all have basically like a hole where a ditchling came out of them. A sinking realization pulls at your gut. This is their nest, and you're surrounded. Makes sense considering the cops are implying things. Doesn't help that they didn't get the footage. But I also get why Stella didn't give them the only copy. First one's a deer. A doe, to be precise. Okay, fine. It would be much more fun if it was a kangaroo, though. But yeah, it's a deer. Probably this is a deer, too. And got, like, some foxes and wolves and shit. Beaver. Still a big bird. Also a big bird. Probably some decent-sized birds of prey up there. Anyway. And the blood trail leads to here and stops. So either it went up a tree here, or like it went into the corpse. More of these swellings. All the animals here have them. Or had them. Ah, there's the ditchlings. Yeah. Why aren't they attacking us? I have no idea, but I think we have enough footage. Let's get the hell away from this nest before they change their tune. Just as you follow Stella in a mad dash through the woods, so too do the unearthly hollers and whispers of the nest. In the highest branches of trees and down on the forest floor, they're all around you, casually keeping pace with your all-out sprint. We're almost there. As you and Stella reach the main road, the cries of the creatures fade back into the sounds of nature. It sounds like they've stopped following us. Are you sure we shouldn't call the cops? Yes, I am goddamn sure. They're only going to make things worse. Okay, but we've got to take this to someone. My friend's mom knows about all sorts of supernatural stuff, and she's usually up at this hour. Let's head over to her place. Your phone buzzes in your pocket. Now that you're back on the main road, you must finally be getting reception again. Lots of missed calls from Tabitha. Where are you? Where the hell did you go? And 6 calls from Tabitha and 13 text messages. You text Tabitha back and let her know you're okay. Your message sits unread. You try and call Tabitha back, but it goes straight to voicemail. Tabitha seems worried. It's pretty late, isn't it? Let's keep the nightmare going. Let's do it. Awesome. Let's go. Yeah, I'm too curious. This is too creepy. I hope she's still awake. Jesus! It's not Jesus. It's not Jesus, it's Wade. You and Stella turn to see a shadowy figure staring at you from across the room. You didn't hear it approach. Welcome home. Before you can respond, the door behind you swings open. An older woman stands in the entryway. Go home, Wayne. I can't help you tonight. You look back, and the figure's already gone, disappeared into the shadows of the night. Is that a song? We're dancing with the shadows of the night. I'm sorry about that, Stella. Some people just can't be helped. Yeah. Who Wants to Be Skunk Ape was actually Wayne. I still can't believe that people requested for Wayne to be a romanceable option. Like, seriously. What brings you out here so late? And who is this? Hi, Mrs. Forsyth. This is Pow. Is it okay if we come in? Oh, hey. Sybil's name is Forsyth. I mean, it's not actually Forsyth, but it's damn close. Also, I think she's a witch that is the opposed force to Wayne, kind of pulling at the Scarlets. Of course, you're in luck. I just put the water on the water for hibiscus tea. And for goodness sake, you can call me Sybil. You're an adult now, after all. Welcome to my little nook. It's nice to finally meet you, pal. I was so sorry to hear about your mother. Vivian was such a lovely soul, and she's been sorely missed in the holler. And now poor Pearl Ann is gone as well. Right? Like, also, he's clearly not quite alive anymore, and sort of a zombie or something with a veil on his head. Like, just no. Also, let's look at Sybil's place. So we've got family photos, and I'm assuming this is her no longer alive husband. Got an altar, clearly here, with like crystals and a shell and a crystal ball, whatever that is, and a card catalog with, I guess, tea. Drying herbs, mortar and pestle, things in jars, plant, candle. It's kind of nice. Do let me know if there's anything you need while you're in town. Let's offer her both sounds. You hold out your bag of peanuts as a gift to Sybil. Automod, I understand why you blocked that, but like, I'm gonna allow that. This is the sort of stream where monster fucker is in fact an allowable term. I mean, okay. I LARP a lot, and I play a lot of werewolf, and one of the things people do is write a lot of, like, erotic fiction and erotic role-playing with werewolves, so again, I got no room to talk either, but creepy. Wayne is just gross and creepy. She offered you and Stella tea after all, and it's only polite to offer something in return. Oh my, thank you for the kind offer, dear, but I'm afraid it's far too late for me to have something so salty. Yeah, standards. Who was that outside? Just a very sick man. You don't need to worry worried about him. I'm worried. You knew my mom? Of course, dear. She was a good friend of mine for many years. She was such a lovely woman. You should come by sometime. I can delight you with unsavory tales of her youth. How did you know that she died? Oh, Pearl-Ann was a chatty woman. Not much went on that I wouldn't get an earful of, bless her heart. I've never met Pearl-Ann. You don't have to pass on your condolences to me. I have no feelings about the woman. Huh, that's fair, child. But it seemed like the right thing to do. We need your help. Ah, yes, I suppose pleasantries can wait for another time. What's got you here so late? You seem troubled. You know about weird stuff, right? Unexplainable stuff? Not so sure I follow, dear. I know which oils to use for which aches. I know a bit about classical spiritualism. Just what sort of unexplainable things are you talking about? Duke was killed tonight by something in the woods. Oh, my lord. Have you contacted the police? No. It just didn't seem believable. That's why we came here first. Those things out there, I don't even know how to describe them. I can't say I know much about local wildlife. My daughter has always been a brighter gift for nature than I. This wasn't the local wildlife, Mrs. Forsyth. Here, I can show you. Oh, hey, we don't need to do it on our phone this time. Stella pulls out her camera and turns the screen towards Sybil. Where was this? Up the mountain to the northwest? Within the town limits? Yes. I see. Is there a way to make the video bigger and louder if you can? I guess we still need the laptop. I'd need to plug the memory card into a computer. I could go back and get mine. No need. Kanika should still be awake. She can lend us hers. You better come with, Stella. I'm sure she'll be more willing to help a friend than her nosy mother. Kanika, come on out. We could use a little help. What, Mom? Oh. Hey, Stella. And Gretchen, who's a good potato? And a stranger. What are you doing in my house? Hi, I'm T'Pau. Tabitha's cousin? Yep. Sweetie, we were wondering if we could borrow your laptop. Stella and her friend have a video to show us. It's really important, Kanika. Okay. My room's a mess. I'll just bring it out there. Heads up, Kanika. This is graphic. Duke got killed out in the woods tonight. It's on the recording. Wait, are you serious? Duke's dead? We can watch this without you. You know I have a harder stomach than any of our friends. I'll press and play. Silence washes over the room as the video plays. Stella, what the hell is this? Oh, I love her Sailor Moon shirt. It's the best. I'm sorry either of you had to see this, but T'Pau and I have no idea how to make heads or tails of it. Stella, are you okay? Did you get hurt? I'm fine, really. I'm okay. You remain silent. Poor Duke. Poor Beau. Has anyone told him yet? Right now, we're just trying to pull ourselves together. I'll call him later tonight. But for now, we have something far more serious to discuss. I agree, those things are still out there, and as long as they are, more people are in danger. So very true, but not for the reason you think. These things, my grandmother called them ditchlings. They're a terrible omen, a sign of great suffering and destruction to come. Mom, come on, whatever doing this is serious. Stop scaring Stella and Pao with this Haley-Po crap. Man just died. Have some respect. Kanika, sweetie, let your mother talk. The creatures themselves are harmless to people, despite that grisly scene in the woods. How can you say that? Duke is dead. An unfortunate accident and nothing more. Just as birds flock before a storm, the ditchlings congregate where tragedy is soon to fall. To see one is to be cursed by fate. To see so many in one place is... Sybil holds her silence. Jesus, Mom. They've clearly had a rough night. They don't need this. It's okay, Kunika. This is helpful. Stella, whatever these things are, they aren't magic. We can't rule that out, not after what we saw. But fine, let's focus on what we know. Whatever they are, they're doing something to those animals. You saw that nest. What were those growths? Must be part of their life cycle. I looked at that chicken up close, and it looked like some sort of a parasitic growth, like when a wasp lays eggs in a caterpillar. That seems plausible, but I don't want to jump to any conclusions about something this out there, not without doing some research or talking to a biologist. I'm sure there's a rational explanation and clear all of this up. Oh, Kanika, honey, no it won't. Oh dear, I'd forgotten about the tea I put on. Let me fix you up a couple of cups. It'll help soothe your nerves. I don't know, it's getting late and I should let Pao get some rest. I ran her ragged today with all the hiking and running through the woods in terror. I can stay out. I'm still wired from everything that happened. Okay. Maybe it's that I'm eager to get home and start doing some research. I'll ask around on my usual forums to see if anyone has information on ditchlings. Is that what you called them? That's right. You go on home now, and do try to get some rest. Don't stay up all night on the online. Let me get you some of my house-made peppermint tea to go. It really does wonders to soothe the soul. Bye, Stella. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? And call me if you need to talk. Thanks, Kanika. I'll see you. Bye, Pao. It's excellent iced or warm, though with the nights getting chillier, warm will probably be best. Helps wake up the bones. Be careful out there, both of you. Sybil turns and closes the door behind her. Alrighty, let's head back home. My home, I mean. And here we are. You're welcome to stay the night if you want. Thanks for the offer. I'm terrified of being alone tonight. Yeah, no kidding. I can't say I was looking forward to it myself. It doesn't take long for Stella to fix up the guest room for you. While it's certainly smaller than its counterpart, the estate, it's far better cared for. Make yourself at home. Who was that guy outside of Sybil's? There was something really off about him. Wayne, I haven't really gotten to know that guy. I think he works in the mine. It might be worth looking into him. What do you make of all this? Gosh, I don't even know where to begin. Those creatures are out there and Duke is dead. I know that some of things Sybil said were a little wild, but if she is right, and they are an omen, maybe we can change things and stop whatever's brought them here before it happens. Oh, honey, it's been happening for generations. It couldn't hurt to poke around town. I have the time. Agreed. You know you didn't have to do all this, right? You don't have to worry about that. I'm glad the guest room is finally getting some use. All right, I'm exhausted. I think I'm gonna pass out. Get some rest, pal. I'll see you in the morning. Yay, toddler down for bed. From the comfort of Stella's guest bed, the events of the past evening seem like something that happened to someone else. Though you can still clearly picture the terror you felt in these moments, for now, you're safe and you're warm. Eventually, the sun will rise and chase away the monsters, and make them seem like nothing but bad dreams. Maybe tomorrow, if you're lucky, you'll wake up in the normal world and have a relaxing week in the mountains with a new friend. It's a nice thought, but deep down, you can't help but worry that things will only get worse. From behind closed doors, you can faintly hear the sounds of quiet sobs. I think this is the end of chapter animation. I hope it lets me save, because I have not saved yet. Tea and books with mystical, like, circles and drawings on them. I bet that's Tabitha's. That's Reed being upset. That's Rosalina's room. That's sheep next to the mine. Sheep, llamas, something. Something in the mine. And the scary pumpkin. Dun dun dun. Here's our mine. Should be closed off, but it's not. Because... oh, alpaca. Yeah, that's probably it. And staircase going up. Some sort of room that's all full of locks. I think that's the room that we see in the ghost's vision. Creeptastic. This is the end of episode 1. Episode 2. Oh wait. Let's save. Okay. What is that? Oh yes, this is our book. You know, I never really know how to read it. Like, I feel like I should be able to open it, and I never know. Do you know how I would do it? Whoa. Right? Like, shouldn't there be stuff about each day in here? Let you name the saves. Yeah. Well, as long as you give your main character a new name, you can tell which character it is. So, like, mine would say, right, like, if I go, you know, these are Anna, these are T'Pau. Keyboard? Oh. Damn it. Okay. Monday. Major decisions. Took some boiled peanuts from a stranger. Found an opossum living in my dresser. Snuck into the forbidden wing of the estate. Watched Duke die in the woods and avoided calling the police. I haven't seen anybody avoid calling the police yet, so this is a new bit for me. Met Stella's friend Kanika and her mother Sybil and learned about ditchlings. And crashed at Stella's. Okay. let's go back to the... What is that? That is history. Yeah, it, like, while looking at the book, pressing buttons, like, presses the buttons under the book, so you are, unbeknownst to you, like, doing stuff. It's really annoying. Anyway, that was chapter 1. I think we're gonna be done for the evening, because it's like almost 10 o'clock. Let's see, is there anybody interesting to raid? Oh, we can raid Noodle. Let's raid Noodle. Oodles of Noodle _ Absolutely. Any time. Thank you for chatting and for, like, showing stuff and linking stuff on Discord.